Welcome back. If you just heard it in the commercial break, if you're on the internet at all today watching the news, you're going to see this very interesting picture of a space shuttle landed/flying on top of a 747, which essentially is marking the end of the space exploration program of NASA. And, we've just been kind of bantering back and forth about how this is kind of quashing maybe some kids' ambition to maybe become scientists. It kind of parallels the ideas of, kids want to be firemen, they want to be baseball players, they want to be rock stars, but will American kids still want to be astronauts if America isn't sending people into space? And, I think it's just an interesting point because, on this show, we talk a lot about people not knowing where to get education on financial issues, on legal issues, insurance, tax, mortgage, real estate. And, the same can be said, I think, or at least there can be a parallel that's drawn when as a country you stop exploring or you stop maybe giving people a tangible thing that they could continue to learn about as kids. I mean, we just found out Pluto wasn't a planet. Who knows what they would have come up with next. And when you start taking away these kind of fun, tangible things from kids and maybe the exploration the education and information that comes from space exploration, I don't know. Do you end up with kids who maybe aren't as interested in educating themselves in the sciences? I just think that there's a tangible benefit to driving people towards learning more when they can see it. I mean, what do you think, George?
Well, I think, hello. Yeah, I think time will tell. I think that when you mention creativity, I think that's really what really kind of sparks my interest, keeping kids interested in exploring their creativity wherever it might be, and whether or not the space shuttle program will quilt some of that, I can't really say. But there is a lot of other things out there. And I think that, kids that are interested in things, parents have to just really pay attention to what those interests are and really push them to explore those interests and push them to be creative. If a kid's interested in music, buy them an instrument, So I think there's going to be plenty of creativity to go around. And I just hope that parents are just really pressing their kids to explore that creativity.
I think you make a really good point, and it's going to fall back on the parents because, as a kid, my kid isn't old enough. I think your kids are, where they probably went through a phase of liking spaceships and wanting to be an astronaut and thinking that was cool. If that isn't there, and maybe it still will be, but if that's not something that maybe there's that ambition for, I mean, does everybody just want to be a rock star now? Does everybody just want to be a movie star? I mean, at some point in time, I just tend to think that there's a parallel between motivating people, motivating kids, even motivating adults to learning more when they see something that is tangible like exploration, where, wow, maybe there is another Earth out there. That's something that could be interesting to learn. And I don't want to read it in Russian or Chinese. I'd like to read that in English, and I'd like to read it from America. I think that's an important facet of our country.
I do agree with that too. And I think another thing about that is the American pride. We were first to the moon. There's a lot of firsts in the space program that we've had. And I think Americans, at least in my generation, have experienced a lot of pride through all those things, and some tragedy as well. But all those things, I think, at times have really brought the country together.
Yeah, I mean, certainly. And let's be honest, the country could definitely come together right now if there was any time, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
Well, the space station or the space exploration program may have come to a halt here for, I don't know if it's forever, but at least for a significant amount of time. And, that gives people a tougher choice or a tougher way to, less motivation to really learn, because I think it's an exciting concept to learn about space. This is one less thing that can be exciting to learn about. Although, what I think it does maybe do is give people the opportunity to take a little bit more responsible on things that they want to learn about. And if they want to learn about real estate or their own finances or insurance, then certainly, hey, we're here, right? So today, for this next hour, we have a great show planned for you. John Hugg is back with us, an attorney, partner of Hugg & Associates, PLLC, which is a boutique law firm focused in the area of business law, estate planning, real estate transactions, and certainly he has educated lots of people on what they need to do to accomplish some of those legal or fix some of those legal issues. Paul Pukas is back, who was the #1 insurance agent in Washington before starting Mosaic Insurance, which has fast become one of the fastest growing agencies in Washington. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Ben Brashen, and we'll be right back after this break.